In order to make an above average chicken burrito in about 18 minutes, you need a quality flour tortilla layered with a mix of fats, acid, and fresh accoutrements that provide contrast in both taste and texture. And please don't add rice, it's just boring filler. Hey everyone, I'm Ethan, a home cooking nerd who likes to find better ways to cook and share them with all of you. A quality burrito is something that everyone should be able to whip up at a moment's notice, so that's what we're gonna do today, and then I'll meet you all back here for the taste test. For the chicken, we're using the mayo marinade technique, which is as simple as throwing spices and seasonings with mayo and slathering it on chicken. The mayo is an emulsion of oil and eggs that sticks then melts off, providing our skinless chicken with beautiful browning. So to start, add 14 grams or a tablespoon of mayo to a bowl, along with a small pinch of salt, 2 cloves of crushed garlic, zest from a half of a lime, the juice from a half of a lime, some chili powder, Mexican oregano crushed in between your hands, and 10 cranks of black pepper. Mix this together and slather it over the chicken pieces. Now this seasoning is actually based on a classic carne asada preparation, but obviously I use mayo to help transport those flavors. Feel free to bust out whatever spices you may have in the cabinet. Place the seasoned chicken on a hot cast iron and brown on both sides until the internal temp reaches about 160 degrees. Meanwhile, let's prep some simple but delicious cumin jalapeno pinto beans. Add a drizzle of oil to a pan over medium heat, and then while that's heating, quickly dice a jalapeno and open the can of pintos. Add the diced jalapeno to the oil along with some whole cumin seeds, and let these toast together until the cumin seeds are just fragrant, being careful not to burn them, and then pour in the drained pinto beans with a pinch of salt. Let these cook up while stirring occasionally. Meanwhile, you can get started on a couple of dishes and utensils and gather the remaining burrito components. Today, I decided to go with some sour cream, shredded lettuce, diced tomatoes, cilantro, queso fresco, and pickled onion. When the chicken's done, grab it off the cast iron and slice it into pieces. Now, I don't worry about resting it since it will remain tender because it was cooked to the right temperature, and there are plenty of other moist components in our burrito. Now, let me talk about my 2 keys for assembly. First, warm the burrito in the pan. This will get it loose and pliable, just like Chipotle does with their burritos before they fill them. Second, layer the fillings evenly. Now, I know a lot of people like getting a seemingly 10-pound burrito baby with 3 scoops of rice from Chipotle, but I'd much rather have a burrito that is well balanced in its components. So to start, spread a thin layer of sour cream on the bottom, and this will act as glue for the beans and provide even coverage of the sour cream instead of getting large gloops everywhere. As Internet Shack has eloquently shown, an alternative here could be to melt the cheese for this bottom layer while you are warming up your tortilla. For rolling purposes, I find it best to position the fillings in the upper third. First, hit it with a layer of the seasoned beans. Now here's where I like to add some hot sauce as an acidic layer in between. Then follow that with a generous helping of the chicken, a sprinkle of the queso fresco, the diced tomatoes, minced cilantro, some shredded lettuce, and you better not forget those pickled onions. Now, I'm not a pro burrito roller or anything, but here's how I do it. I just think fold, then roll. First, we need to flatten out this mound of fillings, which I do by folding the sides into each other until they touch, then pull a little bit apart to disperse the fillings. See how that mound has flattened out? Now I'm going to repeat the first step since I let it go to show the fillings, so here we go. First, fold into the sides. Second, fold all the way to the other side of the fillings away from you, then tightly roll to finish. And there you have a tightly packed burrito. Fold, then roll. Let's take a look at that cross section. It's nice and well dispersed. One component isn't overshadowing any of the others, just how I like it. Let's taste test. All right, everybody, it's taste test time. Let's get into this. Give us a nice taste. So we got a nice tight roll in there, a little bit hefty. It's just a simple killer burrito. The chicken is nice and juicy. Cooking it to the right temperature is a big key in getting that chicken juicy. And then the spices on that chicken are so nice. The chili powder, the lime zest, the lime juice, you know, just salt and some black pepper. And mayo is really such a great vessel to kind of help transport those flavors. I constantly am making mayo marinades with my chicken like all the time. It's one of my go-to techniques for basically whatever I'm making. If you don't like the idea of store-bought mayo though, you can easily just make your own with, you know, eggs and oil, same exact process. But I've been really loving, you know, the mayo marinades over the past year or so. Then combined with the beans, like, I mean, how simple were these beans? We literally threw in a can of pinto beans with some cumin seeds and jalapeno and some oil and some salt. Fry that all up and you've got a very simple bean mixture. I really like the use of the whole cumin seeds in there. Super fragrant and nice. And then really just combining it and balancing it with all of our other kind of fresh components. You know, the lettuce, tomato, cilantro, we got a little bit of queso fresco, and oh! And of course we have the pickled onions, which I just spilled all over my butcher block. I'll have to clean that. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for the video, guys. I gotta clean up this mess and finish this burrito. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.